Microphone test. Testing. Microphone. Testing. Testing. Why the tropical storm 16, a potential tropical storm, tropical disturbance right now. High rate of success in forming and creating a tropical storm, essentially North Carolina. Testing. Microphone check. Testing. We are looking at tropical storm 16, which is projected to make landfall Saturday afternoon, 12 p.m. local time. The storm is going to bring a lot of rain, a lot of storm surge. Not going to be a hurricane. It is not projected to become a hurricane, but it's still bringing about up places 5 inches of rain inside Carolina. Microphone test. Microphone test. Check. Test. Tropical storm 16. A 40 to 60% chance of formation. Sustained winds 30 knots to 35 miles per hour. Minimum central pressure is 1012. 9 miles per hour. This storm is projected to just run over the eastern seaboard from North Carolina to, I believe, Maryland, maybe not as far north. This storm cuts east real hard, I believe, after New Jersey. Take a look at the arrival times of winds. This is Friday, 8 p.m. Saturday to 8 p.m. We'll be able to see some of these bands starting to be experienced in North Carolina, Virginia, or New Jersey. This is earliest reasonable arrival time of tropical storm force. This is with a 5-day wind speed probability. See, the winds don't, the storm doesn't form strong enough to make landfall as a hurricane. You see, it's not wanting to make landfall. These storms die upon land, tears them apart. Wind speed probability. Going to be a decent amount of storm surge. Especially Amlico, lower Chesapeake Bay. It's all going to be experiencing up to 2 to 4 feet of storm surge. Now, this is also including about 5 inches of rain that's going to fall in the eastern section of North Carolina's seaboard. That is 4 to 5 inches of rain. A lot of storm surge, flash flooding. Day 1, Friday morning. Day 2, Saturday morning. And day 3 through Sunday morning. The tropical storm will persist after it makes landfall early. Sorry, might cut out there. Day 2 through Saturday morning, day 3 through Sunday morning. About 24 hours, this storm dragging itself all over the place. Then it's going to make a hard exit right before New Jersey. Rain, the rain accumulation is over the next 3 days, as we can see here. Next 24 hours, South Carolina barely gets some rain, but this is only going until Friday. Next 3 days will include Saturday. The most rain accumulation, 5 inches north of Greenville, but I can move it around. It's quite extensive amounts of rain, coupled with 2 to 4 feet of storm surge. This could become a pretty bizarre disaster due to the amount of precipitation, storm surge, and localized flooding, flash flooding. This is becoming increasingly more harmful. I don't think I've heard of North Carolina evacuating because of a storm as Florida would. This tropical storm formed very close, very, very close. You see no, it is a tropical storm. There is rotation. There is no eye wall reforming, just one large outer band that is dump several inches of rain between North Carolina, I believe Delaware. This is going to keep creeping along. right now. South Carolina seeing a little bit of rain. The zone of uncertainty comes up here. Virginia, Delaware, New Jersey. Trying to make this hard exit. Because if it continues over Pennsylvania, storm gets ripped apart, dies a savage death across land, being disseminated across all the storm systems that are currently going on. This is a very strange track. It also started forming very close. Be a sneaky tropical storm sending sneaker waves, unsuspecting beach go. This is going to go deeper than the beaches. The amount of flooding, potential flooding, pretty good. Like slight, at least 15%, but storm surge, rain, and it being coastal communities already, I would be prepared for some terrible flooding, similar to what Massachusetts saw a couple of weeks ago. It's just too many conditions that make up what is looking to be a pretty wet week. People in North Carolina, specifically south of Norfolk. Peak storm surge again, 4 feet along the coastline, North Carolina. Gonna flood Maryland, flood DC, gonna flood Virginia. Massachusetts. Advisory 1, 11 a.m. Thursday, September 21st. Area of low pressure is forecast to develop off the southeastern U.S. coast. Will bring tropical storm force winds, storm surge, heavy rain, and high surf to large portions of the southeast and mid-Atlantic United States coast, beginning Friday and continuing until the weekend. 2. There is potential for life-threatening storm surge and inundation from Surf City, North Carolina, all along the coastline here that we already. Tropical storm conditions are expected within portions of the southeast and mid-Atlantic coast within the tropical storm warning area, beginning on Friday and continuing into Saturday. Heavy rainfall from this system could produce localized urban and small stream flooding impacts across the eastern mid-Atlantic states from North Carolina to New Jersey, Friday through Sunday. It is quite a bit of rain going to be falling. Storm just flailing. That looks right. That looks about right there. This is Friday, 11 a.m. local time. 3 p.m. Friday. Rain begins Friday night. the outer bands of this tropical storm go over Carolina and rotate. Give a kind of a lull, but it's going to come back around again on Saturday. Remainder of tropical storm '16 absolutely round. So, but also there's going to be a lot of lightning, coupled with lightning, flash flooding, 3 to 5 inches of rain, 2 separate occasions on Saturday and Friday. It is a monster patient. It looks like Jersey, Virginia, going to get fair share rain, about an inch or two. As storm drives, continue drives northern, going to want to turn east, sail. Otherwise, not going to survive low pressure. See it literally just right here above Dover. Comes up, passes New Jersey, throws this whole wet blanket across Connecticut, Massachusetts. That would be it for tropical storm 16. Gonna make a mess. Down here. Perfect. Structure the height. It looks like jet firing. Trying to pull this storm over. Doesn't want to make. These storms do not want to make landfall. Nigel looks pretty impressive up there in the top right side of the screen. Gonna be a lot of weather. A lot of cape and a lot of rotation, a lot of twisting, a lot of air going top of each other, pushing down a lot of air pressure. North Carolina. Most of the station is falling the ocean. But since this storm is going to act as a flotation device, that water that falls on the west side of the storm is going to approach to the coastline, increasing storm surge, risk of flash flooding. and emergency flash flood. It is a wild storm to be developed so close to land. Hit the brakes and just absolutely drop 5 inches of rain in 24 hours. We just saw this 5 inches of rain, Hurricane Lee. Very similar amount of rain that is projected to fall. That area that fell in Maine last week had a lot of reservoirs, dams, a lot of high risk areas. Fortunately, like the whole state did not flood. You would know that conditions are similar than they are in this. It's a tropical storm, very close to land. This is making landfall, and Saturday morning to late Saturday, maybe Sunday afternoon, it's going to be about 5 inches of rain, eastern side of North Carolina. And then the storm will migrate as far as Jersey before exiting and making a hard right. Once this hits Maryland, here, Delaware, Jersey, to break for it. Central track, 4 for 5th day by Monday, should be just south of Connecticut. Slow moving storm once it gets land. Tropical storm ring advisory. This the Pamlico area. Gonna be seeing a lot of localized flooding. Just east of Greenville, these coastal. Come up here to the bay. Flooding. Madison. A lot of swaths of blue greater than 1 foot above ground for a couple with rain 4 to 5 inches. We'll be looking at a lot of flooding, a long line. Peach River, Back River, of here only greater than 3 feet above ground in storm series. Greenville is right under the line for a severe flooding. Severe flooding risk. Plymouth, Bachelor Bay, service systems are going to flood. Come here to the national dashboard. Potential. Hour. 2 days. 6 hours. Next 1 day. That 1 day. Next 2 days. Next 3 days. As far as New Jersey. Then 5 days. 1 day. Next 5 days. To expect a lot rain. Florida's going to be seeing some of this. It's going to be mostly eastern side of Greenville, North Carolina. See where it starts. Like a giant hose blasting. Guy going to bring here, Virginia Beach, City, Suffolk. A lot of flooding that's going to happen. A lot of projected along this is a heavy area to be black water. All storm surge flooding projection. Why is this as far as it goes, but they this also ends right here for goes over Trenton, York, south, going to go out to sea. So from right around this area, Toms River, Trenton, storm is going to turn before this, head out east. Is a lot of severe flood that's being projected. Tropical storm 6, potential tropical storm 6. See from the African dust disturbance to 20% chance of cyclone formation in 48 hours. A lot of charged parts here that get all ripped apart and spun up. So we there disturbance, 10% chance. Tropical storm Kenneth still remains. Minimum pressure 1,000. Central Pacific, further away from Kenneth, south of Hawaii, southeast of disturbance number 1, 20%. Storm we are looking at 40-60% chance of. It is going to form into a tropical storm. It will make landfall in North Carolina. Again, let's take a look at this. It's going to be a decent amount of thunder. See, going to be bringing a lot of thunder Friday night. It's going to be a heavy rainfall. This is projected lightning. Carolina does not need enough wildfire. So it's going to be a lot of rain, a lot of lightning, and dries away, causes wildfire set up. The storm continues. Low pressure system hitting at 996 millibar. It's going to be really impressive to see this. The current lightning, tropical disturbance. Both sides of Florida right now, parallel lightning storms. A lot of lightning off coast of Jacksonville. South Carolina is going to see some weather today. Then Friday night, going to be heavier for until Sunday morning. 3 days. Rainfall, Carolina, 5 inches. Inches Delaware. Is a tremendous amount of rain that's not be taken off guard. 2 to 3 inches of water is all it takes to lift a car 2 to 3 inches of water will lift a vehicle at its wheels and float it. 2 to 3 inches of water coming from a dam, especially if any discharge were to happen, come at you too quickly to withstand its. Well, let's not say that now. Think of dam failing. Over 90% of dams are 80 years old, 60 years old. It's not a question of how they fail or where they fail, but when? When is these? When are these? That is a question for local population to address. As on the other side of the country, West Coast, they are spending a lot of money to completely get rid of dams. Dams were a relic from a time where there was a dam gap for the countries. Every country decided to make thousands of dams altogether. Then you realize that dams can't be used for drinking water. Drinking water comes off the mountain. Dams are not at all for drinking water. They are old relics. Each time we see a dam being built elsewhere, we see the effects of it. Pain. 5 inches of rain. Greenville is going to be leading up to this little area right here between Bellhaven, Washington, Greenville. This is going to be some of the heaviest storm surge, flooding, and rain combination. Of course, Columbia to Elizabeth City, Virginia Beach is going to be a lot of flooding as well. Williamsburg to Matthews, Cape Charles. Just little bands, rain, all the way up, leave Georgetown. And it's going to start making its way east off the Jersey coast. Any impressions on the surface, you could call it, the cloud tops? Start seeing that pressure, things start steering. All that jet spray of precipitation that starts pumping on the brakes. Right there. A lot of power it takes storm to form, especially so close to the coast. If a storm like this within one day becomes a hurricane, goes over a population, could lead to a lot of problems. Such a close storm to form in 2 days, go over North Carolina, Delaware, to make this not a hard right. It's gonna make, you know, a lot of rain, South Carolina. But again, it looks like Greenville and the areas east of Greenville, is worst of the storm surge flash flooding. Temperature remains constant around 90 degrees. That is marine. That's marine death. 90-degree temperature. All one temperature in the Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf of California. These temperatures are dangerous. Very dangerous. Very dangerous. You don't want this water and this water to want to meet between Mexico, or these currents and these currents want to just go through Florida to beat the middleman. Currents here. It takes a long time for the currents to travel. Want to go north and they failing. Going to bottleneck them. This is extremely worrying, especially for everybody in the South, Mexico, Cuba, Florida. These water won't be suitable for life. Massive stretches of ocean. See the Pacific being deep, surface, but start getting into the Gulfs and shallow water. Starting to see the Persian Gulf. 93 degrees. Mussels, clams, shellfish are all boiled alive. All of these gulfs and streams, they're really hot. Oops, sorry about my microphone. So we can see the storm, tropical storm 16 off. Got me distracted now. (31C) on the other side as well, leading up to the coastline, all the way up to the Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf of California. These temperatures of I get a little distracted. But go over this one last time. Next 3 days, North Carolina, whole east side, from Greenville, Kitty Hawk, Beach, Richmond. Gonna be a lot of storm flooding, storm surge, flash flooding. DC, Delaware, Maryland, it's New Jersey. Gonna be a lot of localized flash flooding that happens over a 48-hour period from Friday night. Alright.